Hey, what's up, friends? What's going on? Listen, first off, I want to talk about my prospecting mini course that I have coming up here shortly. What I'm doing is I'm going to schedule it once I see that there's a demand for it, if there's some attention for it. So, what I need you to do, if this is something that you want to do, click the link below, get registered for it. It's a $45 mini course in which I'm going to share with you the step-by-step plan to keep your listing bank full. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to combine cold calling, prospecting with marketing in order to keep your listing bank full on a daily basis. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about is what I'm doing right now, which is writing thank you notes. All right. That's what the secret is to today's video. Your cold calling results will explode if you write thank you notes. Now, it's a commitment. Let me tell you why it's a commitment. Because if you follow the practice that I do, which is to go out and get 30 no's every single day, these are going to be people that are going to be moved over to a separate folder in a dialer, CRM, whatever you're using. And they're going to be people that are going to be called back over and over again. So my time frame is typically in 6 months. If I talk to somebody, they're not ready to sell at the time that we're speaking, I'm going to give them a call again in 6 months with the exact same script. However, after speaking with them, I'm going to send them a thank you note. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, well, I don't want to start this practice unless I know exactly what I need to write. All right. So this is going to be something that you'll get out of the prospecting mini course as well. However, what I say in my thank you notes is very simple. It's just like my script when I call them. What I say in my thank you notes is thank you for your time on the phone. If you ever need professional real estate services, please feel free to give me a call. And every time I drop two of my business cards, I include two of my business cards in the thank you note. That thank you note goes to everyone that told me no. So that means I'm writing 30 thank you notes every single day and I'm mailing those out, and they're probably getting them within a day or 2 days after I give them a call. The reason why this is so powerful is this: you're talking to people, you're cold calling people in a certain neighborhood, whether you're calling absentees, whatever it may be. Either way it goes, when you call these people, you can go online, you can get their address, you have their address in your dialer, whatever it may be. If you do it for absentees, it takes a little bit longer to do because obviously you don't want to send the letter to the address that they don't live at. You have to look up their tax address. So I usually will go in, look up their mailing address, and then make sure that I have that update for the next time because I don't put that address into my dialer. But when you do that, it's another touch. You've talked to them. You've not taken up much of their time on the phone. They probably don't even remember you after a few minutes after they hang up. By the end of the day, they've for surely gotten a couple of other phone calls, probably been annoyed as hell by them. But anyway, the next day they're going to get a thank you card, and they're going to remember that you said your first and last name, your company, or that you're a real estate agent or a real estate broker. They're going to get your thank you card. They're going to get the note. They're going to get the business cards in there. They're going to read it because it's in a plain envelope. You're not going to put it on any company letterhead or anything like that. Just go to Target or wherever you can go, Office Depot. Just get some plain blank thank you cards. Put your business card in there, handwrite the address, drop them in the mailbox every single day. Just make it a practice. All right. Just make it a practice. Going by the mailbox every single day, just make it a practice, because what you want them to do is you want them to hear your voice, and a couple of days later, you want them to get your thank you card. Once they get that thank you card, they will likely hold on to that business card for however long. They may hold on to it for years and years and years. I'll tell you a story. When I first started making phone calls, when I first started doing the cold calls, my main thing was this: I was not going to do any other marketing except for making these calls and writing these thank you notes. It wasn't until a couple years ago I started doing videos and things like that, but I still don't pay for any social media ads or anything like that. My main business is driven from my cold calls and the thank you cards that I send to people, and I consider that to be my marketing. And once I get somebody's email address, then they'll get the videos. Anyway, you'll get that in my prospecting mini course. But I love to talk about it. Love to teach the step-by-step process. I made a phone call to somebody in an area that super hot. It's always a hot market, always low inventory. But I was calling this area to drum up some business because I knew that if you get a listing in this area, it's going to sell. Um, so I was calling this area, called them over and over and over again. Called this person twice in 1 year. First time they called, very nice couple. I spoke to the husband first and the wife the second time. Sent them thank you notes each time. So they had 4 of my business cards total. Lo and behold, about a year and a half later, I get a phone call one day saying, "Hey, looks like it's time for us to sell our house. We're going to move out, move into a active living facility." They were on a waiting list. They had gotten called up to be able to move into this place, and now it's time to sell their house. Guess who got that phone call to list their house? Me. I listed the home, sold it. It sold in literally 3 hours when I put it on the market. And this was before the crazy market. It sold in 3 hours when I put it on the market. And there you have it. It's just one of those things that adds to the touches, right? I made the calls. I had the cards going out to them. And when I walked into the house, they had all of my thank you cards. They saved them and they saved the business cards as well. So it's just an amazing thing. That's what makes it so that you don't have to always be calling, right? If you're working on the 4-point day, you get 30 no's, that's 4 points. Some days you may not have to write 30 thank you notes. For example, today I got a warm lead, which is going to be 1 point. And then after that, I needed about 20, 25 more no's in order to get to my 4 points for the day. And so I got those 20 points. So basically all I'm going to need to do is write about 20 thank you notes here really quick. And usually I do it while I'm on the phone. So I'm just writing these out as I'm on the phone and just write out a bunch of them so that I already have them. Then I just go back and look up the addresses and do that. But it's a part of the practice. It's a part of what you do. It's part of the commitment to being able to do that. And it's very affordable, something you can do on a daily basis, something that you can send out really, really easy. Just keep stamps on hand. Go over to your Office Depot or Target, get your thank you notes, get everything squared away, make sure you have what you need, and you send those out, and that's it. Now, another way to make this really powerful is to get business card magnets made up. If you get a business card magnet made up, put that in the card. What might happen is you show up to the home and your magnet is on their refrigerator or on the side of their file cabinet or something like that when you're going through the house. I've done that before too. Right now, I have no magnet, so I'm just going to be dropping business cards in. But I just finished up my calls for the day. It is only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about to write out these thank you notes, and I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day, and I feel good about it because I got my 4 points, and I know that once I send out these thank you notes, I talk to some people that are thinking about selling maybe in the next year or so, whatever. If that's the case, they're going to have my card. They're going to hear from me again. I know I have better chances of getting that listing than the next agent. All right. Keep that in mind. Start writing those thank you notes after you make your phone calls. Get on that. I talk to so many people and I say thank you notes and they just brush it off and say, "Oh, okay, I'll do that." Not here. I never hear that they're doing it. Trust me, do it. Don't skip the steps. All right. If you skip the steps, you're not going to see the results. So get out there. Let's get after it. All right. Let's get those 4 points today.